Liverpool beat Real Madrid 1-0 on Tuesday at Anfield. And the most impressive thing is that I think it was a completely deserved win, because I know that Arne Slot's been criticised in the past and this season for his tactical style and for how he changed up the team. But he did say in an interview afterward that he only told the players to press high or defend deep and don't allow Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. any space in behind. And like I was saying there, he's been criticised, but you can't really fault him for the team's performance yesterday.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you've got to say that in this kind of run that Liverpool have been on, and with 6 defeats in 7, it came to in the end. And there's been a few calls to the manager's head I've seen on social media. I know you can't always use that as a barometer, but that kind of showed you the pressure he was under, that people were even, suggesting that a manager who won the league in his first season and, suggesting he's getting things completely wrong and he's kind of lost his ability as a manager, or he's riding on Jurgen Klopp's coattails. But what I think you've seen in the last 2 games against Villa and Real Madrid in particular, because of how elite level they are, that he is still an elite manager. He still knows what he's doing, because I think in terms of team selection, setup, tactics, everything, Liverpool were absolutely spot on in these games. And I think the Real Madrid one, like I say, you're coming up against kind of one of the best teams in Europe there, a team that's going to definitely threaten in this competition, as they do every season. And a team that had come into this, who I think they were 1-13 and lost 1. So it's a pretty impressive record. And Liverpool didn't just beat them, they absolutely demolished them, really. I mean, the margin of victory should have been greater in Liverpool's favour, because the performance from minute 1 to minute 90 were just pretty dominant, didn't give much up at all in terms of chances, created chance after chance themselves. And if it had finished 3-0, I don't think Real Madrid could have had any complaints whatsoever. So I think you've got to give huge credit to the manager and the way he's kind of come out of this difficult situation that the team found itself in, and like I say, just proven just how high his level is, and that he's not lost all his ability as a coach. And yeah, Liverpool were excellent and fully deserved to win.
Exactly, and I think it should just be pointed out that it was a turbulent summer for Arne Slot, so maybe it would take him time to adjust to the new players, but he certainly seems to have turned the corner in the last 2 games. But in relation to the Champions League in particular, there were lots of concerns after losing to Galatasaray and some of the performances that Liverpool's qualification to the round of 16 might not be so straightforward. But now it's 3 wins from 4. I think a top 8 finish looks, I don't want to say certain, because you can never take it for granted, but would you say that it looks fairly dead on to get a top 8 finish?
Yeah, I think with the games that Liverpool have got left, you think there are enough points on the board there for them to do it. But what happens, and this is the same in the league really, is kind of, if you lose games that you should be winning, it then puts huge pressure on the games where it's kind of knife edge, and the really, really tricky ones, where you're going to have to play well and probably also get a bit of luck on the night sometimes to win these games. So if you lose to a Galatasaray, you've probably got to beat Real Madrid at home to make up for it. Thankfully, Liverpool did that and got the points on board. And now you'd say it's kind of evened itself out a little bit. And as I say, with the games that they've got remaining now in this group stage, obviously Inter away is one of them, and that is a tough one. But I think the remaining other games, very, very winnable. And if Liverpool do the job in those ones, then yeah, I can't see them falling outside of that top 8, because that's a massive aim as well. Because of course, if you have to play those extra fixtures, if you fall into that playoff round, that doesn't do you any favors in other competitions as well. So it will help them out if they can get in that top 8. And I would say, they're in there now, aren't they? Might change tonight, we'll see. But I'd expect with what they've got left that they would comfortably end up in that top 8 now, particularly as the performances seem to be going in the right direction to suggest that they will play to the potential in the remaining games.